Okay, just before paint, there's this little cabinet I decided to add here as shown in the photo. I'm not even really sure what it is. It looks like a filler cap here. So I just scratched this up out of evergreen plastic and thought I'd add it in because it is a significant characteristic on this particular model. Must have been a shop modification or something. Okay, quickly then, so the top has been painted flat black, and then I sealed it with a flat clear, and then Tamiya tape for the line, and then this gets painted blue, SRY blue. I mixed it myself, that color, and then the grill's masked off too, because I don't want to paint that blue. And then the actual cab platform doesn't need any real masking, other than maybe the steps, but I can brush paint those out by hand later. And the inside I'm going to leave for now because I'm not sure. I might add a Keep Alive, just a box, just mount a Keep Alive on there. And then of course the cab itself is pretty simple. The top half is black, just mask it off again with Tamiya tape, and she's ready for paint. Okay, so I want to pop the side frames off the trucks to paint. I don't want to get any paint on the wheels, and you can't mask them off adequately enough. If you have a nice little dental pick or a tool like this, you can lift the 4 tabs, just pop them out, and this bottom axle retainer comes off, and then you can see the side frames just slide right off. That way you can just clean them up with a bit of alcohol and paint them at will and weather them up. Okay. Okay, so here's the side frames. They're Delrin, you know, they don't normally take paint well, but I scrub them up with a toothbrush and some dish soap and then isopropyl alcohol bath. Clean them up real good, dry them out, and you know, they'll take paint fairly well, and you can flat coat them too if you want, and they'll be fine. Okay, so here's the railings. They're just the factory silver. I'm not going to strip them, but I'm masking off the white section because I don't want to repaint those. I don't want to build up any more layers of paint on HO scale railings. They're already fat to begin with, and you try to keep them as scale proportions as possible by putting few coats of paint on them. So yeah, I'll just airbrush these blue lightly and flip them over, and they'll be done. Okay, so I just want to touch briefly on just the post-paint session here for those of you that might be interested. A lot of this, maybe most of you aren't, but just quickly then, yeah, so for the blue, I just used straight Tamiya XF4 with a little bit of just black, right? Like I don't do the paint chip thing or the Burlington blue or the, you know, Yeoman yellow. Like I just don't go there. Like I'm not into the cult of paint chips personally myself. I just go by photographs, and paint is subjective anyway, like in the real world. A roster rolls off the line, and you know, 6 months later the locomotives roll into the shop and they all look different, you know. So yeah, so that's just blue with some black in it, and I keep a little bit of it around for my other SRY units I want to do. Did the cab like that, and yeah, pretty simple model to paint really. And then the chassis is just black. I just want to touch on the black. Like what I normally do with black, I don't shoot straight flat black really on anything. I usually add a bit of green to my flat black. 10% maybe, 15, even 20, like it depends. And the reason why I do that is because I want to simulate a little bit of light refraction. You know, black is just not black, right? Like black's not even a color actually technically, but I just like a little bit of green. It gives it a kind of a look to it, a scale kind of light refraction look that I really like. And then for rail brown, I just add a bit of this flat brown, or any brown really for that matter, to black. Ratio again, just eyeball it. It's never the same, but locomotive trucks are never the same anyway. Really, there's so many variances there. And then I use the earth color. So flat black on the side frames, rail brown dusting, and then this is super thin. I give a dusting of flat earth. A lot of it goes away. It goes on wet and then it goes away, but it gets these side frames to a point where I really like, and then I seal them with a Tamiya clear, and then I just go at them with a water-based Vallejo colors just to highlight and just detail and stuff. And then the tank is flat black, rail brown with some dusting of earth again. And then I seal that and I work them over washes, isopropyl alcohol, etc. Here's the speaker box. I taped over the solder points, but that'll get, once I get that soldered up and inside, I'll just touch that up. So that hides under the long hood there. Here's the railings. So I just taped them off, like I say, the white. Here, I'll show you. I could probably peel this tape now. For those of you that may or may not know, Tamiya tape is really the best for this kind of thing. It just, you can use it over and over again, and it just has a beautiful quality to it. I would bet that most modelers would say that it's the best tape on the market for modeling, but see, so there you go, right? Turned out pretty good. See, I can just touch those white areas up with a bit of, water-based paint if I want to, but they're good to go. And then these side frame railings, they turned out pretty good too. I didn't strip those. They're good. A little bit of blue there, but I can probably remove that with isopropyl alcohol. But yeah, so getting close.